When I was learning DBT, all the never-ending text blocks and clinical worksheets were really overwhelming to me. So I made a resource that reimagines DBT in a visual format. It's for people who think like me, neurodivergent thinkers, ADHD thinkers, visual thinkers. Let me show you how it works. Since I've done a flip through of the whole DBT book and other videos, I'll keep this pretty short, but I just wanted to show you a few pages from the interpersonal effectiveness section. So every section, every module of DBT is introduced with a sketch note instead of a big text block. So you get pictures, you get the concepts represented in images, and then also I try to be funny sometimes. So DBT interpersonal effectiveness is now with more, not over apologizing, which is a key idea in the interpersonal effectiveness module. A lot of the sections, a lot of the modules have a flowchart after the introduction, because I think a flowchart is one of the best ways to move through what the DBT skills are in practice. And so you can study them in advance and how they might relate to each other and how you might use them, or you can use it in the moment. So for this one, there's a blank where you can, what is actually the interpersonal problem, the conflict, the fight with a friend that you're trying to deal with, you can put it there, and then you can move through the flowchart. So it takes you through all the skills. It tells you when to use stop, it tells you when radical acceptance is your best bet. It helps you understand when it might be good to take a few minutes, how to check the facts and when to check the facts, and at what point you want to use dear man versus using the fast skill or the give skill. It just makes you kind of go through a little decision tree that also happens to be cute, because I tend to draw cute things. And then after you've used your skills, it sort of takes you back through, okay, what do we do now? Because often DBT just points you to a skill and then you're like, okay, you're fine now, right? And it was like, no. So sometimes the situation has not improved. So what do you do then? Well, you take another lap through. And sometimes you might have to move through it 2 or 3 different times because your answers might be different. And it'll take you through a completely different journey. And that's part of the experience and part of growing and part of how we use DBT in practice. You can get the DBT activity book on my website, lindsaybrayman.com, the best place to buy it because it is both cheaper and me, the author, gets a little bit more, but it's also on Amazon Prime and on Etsy, so you can pick it up on any of those sites.